humbly thankful to Raul for allowing us the opportunity to co-sponsor this. As you know, it's an Orisha Poetry event. I'm going to share with you all a short conversation Raul and I had right before I flew out. And he says, you know, Mission is an open mic. And I go, yeah, but I still want to explain why Ministry Ache does what it does. And he says, well, not everybody believes in the Orishas, and not everybody's going to do an Orisha poem who does open mic. And I said, well, that's not my problem. It's an Orisha Poetry event. You don't go to the Black History Month event with the white power poem. You know what I mean? So you're not going to come to the Orisha Poetry event, you know, with something else. And the reason I really wanted to co-host this with Raul, who's also my godson in the faith, is because the triangulation of energy that the Orisha entities bring into our life and into our culture need to be reinforced on a communal level. We need to get away from the routine that we have of allowing ourselves to be brainwashed, for lack of a better word, by a society that we complain about, when we have complete autonomy over how we live our lives. The Ifa, the belief of the Orishas and how we practice traditionally in Africa, and how it has evolved in Cuba and in other parts of the world, requires one main ingredient outside of our Egun entities and our Orisha entities, and that is our Ori, our destiny, us. And we need to understand that every poem that is said tonight, every conversation that is had as you walk home, every thought in your head, that's a prayer. That's a connection. You see what I'm saying? And so what Ministry Ache does is focus on allowing the breaking of the Catholic traditional belief that you cannot evolve. How many of us have been to Catholic aerobics? You go to church, you stand up, sit down, kneel down, stand up, hug your neighbor. You know what I mean? And then you walk in and then they pass the bucket. And then they're like, oh, you don't feel guilty? Okay. We're going to read from the book of Que te jode, verse a todos ustedes, chapter, y tu mamá también. And you still don't feel guilty? We're going to pass it around again. You still don't feel guilty? Well, those of you who are righteous and safe, please come enjoy the body and blood of Christ. The rest of you, you know what I'm saying? We need to get past that. Because we've allowed that mentality to seep into our existence on a daily basis. And we go to the Babao, we go to the Santero, the Santera, the Botánica. The Botánica, I love the Botánica. ¿A cuántos son los collares? Bueno, mijo, si tiene muchos colores son 5. Si tiene 2 colores son 10. ¿Tiene collar de chango? No, we don't have the Shango ones there. We have the Obakuas. You know what I'm saying? So we get into this mindset that we can no longer evolve our faith. And I'm going to tell you all right now that's bullshit. We need to break free of the mindset that we are not allowed to live, breathe, eat, and be one with this energy that we call Orisha, because it exists. Whether you believe in it or not, it believes in you. And the bottom line is that it's there for the Jewish rabbi who goes to the beach to write his prayer. Because Yemaya knows what time it is. You see what I'm saying? And so when we get out of that mindset that we cannot evolve, then we start to break down the commercial reputation that our faith has unfortunately received. We start breaking down the fact that you don't have to pay $500 to clean yourself so that the roads will open and you can pay your rent. No, you can keep your $500, pay the rent, and realize that the power is not in the stones are a focal point. You see when your eyes are closed and you hear when you think you're not listening. You feel me? So that's what Ministry Ache does, and that's why I wanted to work with Raul and let everybody know that to me, everything that's said tonight is a prayer. It is a connection. Do we have our traditions? Absolutely. Should we learn them? Absolutely. But we should also teach them. For those of you who run out and buy a book and read all the patakis, we're writing one right now. And you wrote one yesterday and you're going to write one tomorrow. So with that being said, let's get it popping.